objective here is to learn how to develop values, okay, using a charcoal pencil, and you'll need a yardstick ruler. We're going to practice this a couple times, and the idea here is that when you're doing a drawing, the hardest part is to develop the values in a way that you don't overcommit the values. And the drawing is always done all at once. So let's take a look at what this entails, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the ruler, and I'm going to make sure I do it nice and square to the page again, and I'm going to lay down 2 lines, and I'm using a medium to soft pencil. Okay, I'm going to lay down 2 lines about 1.5 inches apart, something like that. Okay, and the idea is we're going to lay down a nice even gradient from 0 to 10. 10 being black, 0 being the light in the page, the white part, right? And here's the strategy, right? And so you always do the drawing all at once. So we're going to do this gradient all at once, essentially, right? So I'm going to use my lines, distribute them evenly across this area. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to methodically adopt a strategy. Okay, so I'm going to back off a little bit, and I'm going to change my line direction. Okay, and I'm going to evenly lay down again these lines. Now I'm going to back off again, changing the line direction. And you try to stay within the lines as much as possible. All right, you can always clean it up with your kneaded eraser later on. So I'm going to back away again, and I'm going to change my line direction ever so slightly. Right, I'm going to change my line direction and back away from the original 0. And you can see how it's starting to fill in. I'm going to back away again. I'm going to back away again from the original and starting point. Back away again. And it's important to stay with the strategy, and you'll see the results. Back away again. And see, as we're changing the line directions, things smooth out. Change the line direction again, backing away. Backing away again. Back away again. Back away again. And once again. Once again. Once again. And so you hear, look, we have a nice even gradient in a sense, and we used lines, and we stuck to our strategy. Let's try it again, right? And you want to practice this 5-6 times until you get a nice even gradient. 0 to 10. Right, so let's try it again. So here's my 0. Notice the angle of my pencil is kind of close to the page. And we know that this is a precision grip, makes nice sharp lines. This is a development grip, right? Okay. So I'm going to back away from that original point. Sticking to my strategy, right? And it's important that we understand that the drawing needs to, you need to approach every drawing with a strategy to keep the values properly balanced, right? So they're not overcommitted. Right, and we're always working light to dark. The last thing we do in a drawing is put in the dark values. So I'm backing away again, changing my angles. Backing away again. I'm looking, I'm going to back away again. And you got to stick to the strategy and be consistent. Where was I here? You always have to keep track of where you've been. Okay. Okay, backing away, and I want to make sure I get all the way to black, black. Right, so that creates a 0 to black gradient, right? You want to make sure it gets all the way to black, nice and dark. 0 to black, right? Black. Okay, and there's another gradient. It's a little uneven here and there, but that's the idea, right? So practice this, and remember, the strategy is always working from light to dark in a drawing.